Transparent leaders embody honesty and openness in our communication and work environments. We're upfront with what's going on in the organization and behind the scenes, sharing what we're doing, why we're doing it, and what we're intending to achieve. This type of open communication builds trust in us as leaders and in the organization. And when people feel like they're in the loop, they tend to feel a greater sense of ownership in their work. Team members become inspired, take more pride in their work, perform better, and become more collaborative. And quality collaboration brings about faster and more effective solutions to challenges that arise. Transparent leadership leads to better communication, morale, solutions, collaboration, performance, production, and a better bottom line. So how do you find transparency serving your organization? When we attempt to instill fear in our employees in hope of getting them to perform better, we shoot ourselves in the foot. When we lead driven by a fear we may not even realize is driving us, we're not going to lead well, because just like what we do to our teams, when we leverage fear in their direction, the fear will impair our ability to function optimally. How do you deal with fear in your role as a leader? Do you ignore it, pretend it's not there, and even mostly function okay? Or do you gift it to your teams? Or do you deal with it directly and free yourself of its influence? When people feel fear, a lot of their physical, mental, and emotional time and energy goes into trying to survive the experience. This detracts from productive work engagement, and the stress increases the likelihood of mistakes being made. It also increases the odds of a stress claim further down the road, and none of this is good for the company. On the other hand, significantly increasing everyone's job satisfaction can only be good for the bottom line. Does it come naturally to you to truly inspire as a leader, or do you find yourself slipping into control tactics? Where do you get hooked? Fear and control have long been standards of old paradigm leadership. While many of us have shifted away from that, old habits die hard. It takes a strong commitment and a lot of self-awareness to not revert to fear and control mode under pressure. If we do find ourselves falling back into leveraging fear in this way, it's worth exploring what's driving that. Not the external circumstances, those are interchangeable, but what's driving that within us. Most often, it's an attempt to relieve some pressure we're feeling. And when I work with leaders, we find that underneath that feeling of pressure is fear.